Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Sea Dogs! We are now in the Pirate campaign. As you can see, we're on Shark Island. We're not on High Rock like we usually start for campaigns, and that's just because since I left off with the Spanish, I'm still friendly with them, and that will actually help out at the beginning of this pirate campaign. And I could go back to English and then go back to Spanish, but that's like 20 rep and 10k gold, and I just would rather go ahead and start friendly with the Spanish. It'll save time, save rep, save money, and save frustration as well. So we'll just do this. We'll start on Shark Island here. And, I had something caught in my throat there. If this is the first video you're watching, also, I am rank 2. I've played through the English, French, and Spanish campaigns up until I would be locked into that campaign. And so now we are starting the last campaign of the game, the Pirate campaign. And let's go into the tavern. Normally, there would be a guy named, what's his name? James Callow in the tavern here. And he looks like this guy, except this is an English agent. That's not who we want to talk to. But he would give you a mission, kind of like a delivery mission. And so since he's not here, we're not going to do that. Let's talk to Olaf. Alright, kindly skip the comedy. We need to, there's a man, no, let's do this. Some man told me that you needed me. Really? I need you? Okay. So he thinks we need him, and he says a lot of weird talk if you want to read it. No, not a single word. I didn't understand any of it. Could you try again in English? Okay, you're an arrogant rascal, but I like you. Wow. Awesome. So you can read this again. He talks a lot. And you wish me to join your organization. So he has a pirate organization. Basically, that sums all of that stuff up. We call ourselves the Coastal Brotherhood, and that's what we are. Brothers at sea. To be honest, laddie, I don't much care if you join us or not. But I do tell you that you will live a lot longer if you do so. So what must I give in return if I join this Brotherhood? Not much. Yeah, sure. Sure, not much. Okay. Let me see if I've got this straight. I've joined the Brotherhood to gain some dubious protection from unnamed menaces, and in return, I'll have to steal things which don't belong to me. Betray governors, sink ships, plunder towns, and drink from the same bottle with unwashed bandits. Well, how could I refuse? I'm all yours, Olsen. Where do I sign? We have now joined the Coastal Brotherhood. And we need to talk to him yet again, because there's somebody from his past he may know. Well, Captain Olaf, there's a man you might know from your past. I warn you, Sonny, I do not like questions about my past. Awesome. This is seriously important. I want to learn about my father. I never knew him. In fact, my mother would never tell me his name. But not too long ago, I learned who he was, Malcolm Sharp. And I know that he was a pirate long ago. Right. Who else should I ask about him? So he's not telling us just yet. I'm waiting for your answer. And come on, tell me about my father. Jeez. My family is poor. We are refugees from Sweden. Okay. The judge sentenced me to redeem my crime in the mines of Tyndales. Imagine that, a boy of 14 sent to die in the mines. And it was a death sentence for sure. The old convicts aboard our prison transport said that everybody sent there died within 3 years. Well, that's depressing. This is fascinating, but could you perhaps be a bit briefer? Seriously. Where was I? Yes, enter your father. Malcolm Sharp was already a successful pirate in those days. He approached at sunrise, and the master didn't know he was there until his sloop was almost upon it. His sloop? That sucks. I tell you, the master was almost soiled himself when he saw your father's flag, a black lion holding knives. Well, the master wasn't a complete fool. He surrendered as soon as he saw, that dreaded sloop coming for you. Sent cannonballs across his bows. Your father wasn't looking for treasure from this attack. There being none to be had on a prison transport, you understand. He was looking for men. He took us convicts out of the hold and told us, fair men, you can come with me and maybe get rich or maybe die, or you can go and work in the mines and certainly die. It's up to you. I guess when you put it that way, I mean, there's really not much of a choice to make. So dropped him on a nearby island, and those that didn't want to follow him, I gave him food, water, and a boat, and then he swore the rest of us in as crew, and I sailed under Malcolm Sharp for 3 years. 3 good years, too. Me and him We soon became good friends. He was a good captain, your father was. He was tough and lucky, but luck turned her back on him. What happened? Okay. The navies of 3 empires were hunting him. He wasn't afraid, though. He was a badass. With good reason, perhaps. I was bedridden by green fever in the village of the Black Scourge on Madagascar when he vanished. Okay, so he vanished. Waited for him for 6 months and he never returned, and no one knows what happened to him. I doubt he was killed by England, Spain, or France, or they would have trumpeted the word far and wide. He must have been done in by a secret foe. Okay. Found 3 men from his crew, but they were ashore when he disappeared, and they do not know what happened. So nobody knows what happens, really. I thank you for telling me the story. I will find out who killed my father and punish them. Can you tell me where I can find those old men from my father's crew? 1 man is dead. His name was Dumb Nicky. He he got killed in a strange accident on Grey Cells. Another is in the hideout here at Grey Cells. His name is Peg Leg Quist, but I questioned him thoroughly, and he knows nothing of your father's doom. The third is Mauricio Commentata. He was your father's cook. He still lives on Costa Sinistra and keeps a tavern. Beware, he is good with a cutlass as he is with a barring knife. Wow. Thank you for that. Thank you. So, 3 men served as a crew for my father, or 3 men that are still we know about. Dumb Nicky's dead. Peg Leg Quist is on Grey Cells here, which is very frustrating to sell to. And then we have Commentata is at Costa Sinistra. And that's why I wanted to stay Spanish, because you gotta go there. And you gotta run a couple of missions as well between Spanish islands. And it's just, come on now, this is so slow. It's just easier to stay aligned with Spain at the beginning, because you'll have to keep switching back and forth. You have to do it later anyway. And so, since I have to do that later, I'll just go ahead and not have to do it now, I guess. That probably made absolutely 0 sense. I'm sorry. Later on, you have to switch between campaigns again, or between alliances again. Hey, Peg Leg Quist. But it doesn't have to do with the Spanish. It has to do with the other factions. All right, you call me call me Nick. Captain Olsen, do you know him? He told me you sailed with Malcolm Sharp long ago. Will you tell me about him? I am his son. Okay, turn your face to the light. I see. Yes, you have his likeness. Alright, so I can tell you dozens of stories. Or the Sharp Edge. Okay. That's a cool nickname. And I'm not really seeing any information, just kind of story here. Click that. I bet they were Captain Verkees. I'll just bet they were, but that's not exactly what I'm looking for. Tell me something about Sharp's last days. Now, what do you want to hear? Well, what I just said about his last days. Nobody knows nothing about that. Sharp was out sailing to no one knows where he was heading, and he just up and disappeared. Was he murdered? You think somebody knocked Captain Sharp on the head? I know nothing about this. So he does not know if he was killed. I want to hear about the treasure, or murdered, rather. Malcolm's treasure! Ha! Everyone's heard about that. He took the emerald lode, possibly the greatest fortune ever gotten on these islands. I saw that treasure, lad. And there was not only emeralds, but gold and silver, too. The Spaniards mined it on Grand Villa and Isla Ballena for 3 years. They stored it in all the governor's mansion, but Sharp sailed right into the harbor and took the whole town, lock, stock, and barrel. Alright, so that's about the booty. That's all about the treasure that he had. We met up with him, and he could have gone anywhere in that boat of his in that timeline. The treasure could be anywhere, and that's all I know about that. You haven't said anything useful, you old scow pilot. No, I'm not going to do that. That can't be everything you know. I want to hear more stories. Alright, so that's all I wanted to hear. Well, that's Peg Leg Quist. He didn't have too much information for us. So now that we've done that, normally when you, that guy named James Callow, he would give you an idol to deliver to Beltrop here in the town hall, but since we don't have that, we will just go ahead and move on. go into the sea. And yeah, we have to go to Costa Sinistra. We've been there before. And thankfully, with a Class 1 ship as well as a Class 4 ship, nobody's really attacking us.
We've got company, Captain.
Oh, I didn't mean to... Oh, damn it. Oh, not good. You always need to pay. You always need to pay your crew. Damn it. Yes. Oh, my crew's not going to like me soon. Alright, so let's sail to the fort. So we've got to find Mauricio.
Make sail.
And land into Costa Sinistra. I believe, yeah, he's the tavern owner, so let's head in here. Hey, Mauricio.
What you want, boy?
That was kind of rude. I think you have. Olaf Olsen sent me here, and I have a couple of questions for you. Olsen? First time I've heard that name. Right, sure. Don't play sly with me, old fellow. I know everything about you. I even know where you learned to cook the dishes the sailors like. On Sharp's ship. You'd best come clean with me and tell me everything you know about the last days of him. Don't threaten me, Sonny. I sailed with the Brotherhood when you were in diapers, laddie. I can show you how to make your second smile with a cooking knife. Wow. Wow. So you sailed with brothers, eh? Then you should know that true brothers do not engage one another ashore. So I think you should watch your tongue, old fellow, and tell me what I want to know. Wow. Balls of steel, Sharp. You're not the man to teach me the rules, laddie. I'm ready to talk business. What do you want? Okay, he wants to deliver. He wants us to deliver a note to Lorenzo on Grandvilla. He is the store owner, I believe. And let's deliver it. And good day to you. All right, so balls of steel, Sharp. Shall deliver the letter. I'm all turned around. Shall deliver the letter. There we go. Move. Deliver the letter to the store owner on Grandvilla. Right over here.
Ship ahoy, sir.
Alright, how much time do we have? We are 12 minutes. We can finish this little set of quests for Commentada. It's actually not that much at all. It's like one delivery mission and then you're done. And let's sail to the fort. We are still Spanish, so this is still no problem at all. And of course, as we experienced in the Spanish campaign, Grandvilla is, for some reason, you can't land and you have to sail to it quite a bit. There we go. Alright, so let's go into the store. Stowe. There we go. And no, that's not what I wanted. No, oh my gosh. Come on. I want to inquire about one item of business. I've got a letter for you from Mauricio Commentada. I think it's urgent. Okay. He always makes a lot of noise about nothing. A rat fell and died in one of the hog sheds. Oh, wow. Here are 400 plasters for your trouble. Or piasters, not plasters. Wow. I must ask you to deliver a dozen kegs of wine to him. Hope that boar pays you at least. So now we have to deliver wine to Mauricio, and my voice is going away. Some of you are probably happy about that. Alright, to the map, to the map, to the map, to the map, to the map! And over to Costa Sinistra.
Ship ahoy, sir.
So we just have to deliver this wine to what's-his-face.
We've got company, Captain. Ship ahoy, sir.
That was good tea. Good-ass tea. Maybe that'll help my throat a little bit. And so now that we're back in Costa Sinistra, we're like right on it too. We were all up on Costa Sinistra there. Back into the tavern. Mauricio, we have your wine. We delivered your letter. Delivered the wine. Oh, wait. Oh, okay, I understand. Will you keep your promise? I delivered the note, but now he wanted wine, so I technically delivered that too. Olsen told me that you sailed with Malcolm Sharp as a cook. No one could threaten your father. He was brave enough to step into hell itself, and fool enough to do it too. Fact is, I miss the old chap. There was something troubling about him, though. I knew that. Something from his past. Guess it had to do with money. Money? Alright, yeah, the treasure he hid somewhere ashore, laddie. I understand. There are many rumors he buried a chest of gold and jewels near an old brother's hideout long ago, before I was on his crew. Well, do you know... Let's ask about his disappearance. He died, you can be sure. I'm certain he had 2 ships then. One was a galleon, and the second was a small bark. What happened to the sloop? He always sent the bark to scout. I was ashore when it happened. But I know the bark escaped the battle. There's a battle? Yes, the battle. Your father knew it was coming, but his luck had left him. It happened to one foggy morning. Wow. Okay. Sorry about that. A squadron was trapped near Chiaho. He was trapped near Chiaho, you know, the small bay on this island. 2 ships suddenly appeared out of the fog, and under the gray sails and red banners. Do you know what the red banner means, my friend? No mercy, laddie. The first broadsides chewed the galleon's mizzen and mainmast into pieces. The captain of the bark was coward enough to run. He did not see the end of the fight, but he was sure Malcolm lost it. Wow. Are the men from the bark still alive? Nope. Fate is cruel to those cowards. They were caught by the Spaniards 2 weeks after that, all of them. Do you know the Spaniards do to pirates? If you fall into their hands, you will pray for death. Okay, well, let's move on to the treasure. No, if I knew that, you would not see me here. Wait, you wish you had more. What? The only thing old Mauricio needs is to find shit with Sharp's plunder is youth. And that is lost forever. But you must ask yourself, laddie, what do you need to find your father's heritage? What? You know, laddie, okay. So he has something he could give us. Possibly the most valuable piece of paper in this part of the world. Are you suggesting that I buy a piece of paper for 1,000 gold? Why should I buy it? Because it's a map. A map describing where the treasure of Malcolm Sharp is hidden. The treasures are hidden. Okay. So he could sell us a map? Sure, I'll take it. So we got a treasure map for, I think it was 1,000 gold, from Mauricio. Or however you say his name. Now that that's done, we can sail all the way back to Shark Island, and we'll do that and end the part there. Oh, a treasure fleet belonging to England. That is cool to look at, but, you know, since I'm Spanish, that would be a terrible idea. Right, all the way back down, yes, pay it. All the way back down to Shark Island. So yeah, I think if you watch the Spanish episode, 3 English ships. If you watch the last Spanish episode I did, when I closed it out, I said the pirate campaign's more about storyline and not so much about, you know, go take over this fort and come back, go take over this fort and come back. Not so much about that. There's a lot more storyline, and it's a lot, in my opinion, deeper. No, what are you doing, Son of a bitch, just ran right into me. This is why I don't want people to follow me. There are a lot of people who can follow you in the game, too. I think one day I sat down when I was a lot younger, and I tried to find everybody I could to follow me, even people who just wanted to be escorted somewhere. And I just about filled up the bottom there, where the ships are. I pretty much filled up that whole space down there, right up to where my ammo is listed, with ships. So it was kind of cool. But that is very frustrating to try to land in a city or fort or whatever with that many ships, because you can't go anywhere. They're all cluttered around and just a big clusterfuck. Alright, Olsen. And I want to speak with you about Sharp. They didn't tell me much. However, one of them, Commentada, did give me a map. Well, half a map. That old sea dog. Hey! Hey, look at that. Maybe that's where they got the name. Are you claiming part of this treasure? Malcolm Sharp's treasure. Hey, don't tempt me, brother. I did bleed enough helping him get that stuff. But no, I think that Malcolm would want you to have it. Did anyone try to kill you recently? Yeah, all the time. All the damn time. He had a scar on his cheek. A terrible man with a scar? That makes me laugh, it does. Listen, Sonny, half the pirates alive have scars, and half of the dead ones, for that matter. Could anyone fit that description? Why, take old Beltrop. He has a scar on his cheek, and he certainly is terrible. Beltrop is old enough to have been a mate on Malcolm's ship. Why don't you ask him? Alright, good advice. We will do that in the next part. Once we find out, it's the son of an unmarried mother. Ooh. That's a fancy way of saying something. Okay, well, I'll talk to him. Thank you. So we will do that in the next part. We'll go face to face with Beltrop. I'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching.